Good morning, students. Welcome to your English class. Today we are going to do lesson number 11 of your English reader. The name of the lesson is A Handful of Salt. So let's begin. Children, this story is about how an unarmed Mahatma Gandhi marched to sea with a crowd of followers, waded into the seashore and picked up the handful of salt to proclaim the British Empire. So the incident fascinated the two boys, Gokul and Dhani, and they were excited for the day when Vapu would finally end the salt tax. So before we start reading, let's read something about the author, the writer Subhadra Sen Gupta. So children, Subhadra Sen Gupta, she is an Indian writer. She was born in 1952 in Delhi, and she was educated at Delhi University, and she died this year only due to COVID. She died on 3rd May 2021, and she is a very famous Indian writer, and she is known to bring historical characters and places to life through her stories for children. So she also wrote travel stories, ghost stories, as well as comic strips, and she was awarded Sahitya Akademi Bal Sahitya Puraskar in 2015 for her contribution to children's literature in English. So this is about Subhadra Sen Gupta, the writer of this lesson story, A Handful of Salt. Now let's begin the chapter. A thin 61-year-old Mahatma, armed with nothing but a walking stick, marches to the sea with a crowd of followers. Read what fascinates two young boys in a small village in Gujarat as they wait for Bapu. Now this is an incident which occurred in Gujarat, a small village in Gujarat. So this is a story, children, when Britishers were ruling India, and under their rule, people, they have to pay salt tax. Even the poorest people, poorest person also. As you know that salt is an essential commodity, and it was used by all the people in India, and the people, they were forced to pay salt tax, and they now these common people, and along with Mahatma Gandhi, they want to defy the British law, and they want to make them understand that they will not follow their rules, and they will not they are not going to pay tax for salt. So let's begin this story. Dhani and Gokul climbed up the tallest peepal tree. It was the best spot for a long distance view. They could see the rough village track for miles as it snagged away beyond the huddle of mud thatched huts. To run along the Sabarmati river, this morning the river lay glistening in the early morning light. Now children, these two boys, they were very excited, and they climbed up the tallest tree in their village, that is the peepal tree, and they climbed on it, and they were sitting on the top of it, and they consider it as a best spot from where they can see the long distance objects. Something coming from a long distance, they can see far away objects from there. So now they were sitting over there, and what they noticed, that they could see village tracks, village road, which spread over miles, and it was not just straight road, it was curved, it was having twisted curves, and beyond the huddle of mud thatched huts, means there were huts, there were huddle means crowd, means a number of huts over there, which were made of mud, and their roof was made of grass, dried grass, and that village was there near the Sabarmati river, that is in Gujarat. So the morning, the incident, when this incident took place, this morning they are talking about that the river, it was shining in the early morning light. No one knew when the procession would come, so the two boys had come prepared for a long wait. Now they just want to see Bapu, and the crowd, that was the followers who were along with Mahatma Gandhi, they were very excited to see them, and they were not aware that when they are going to cross from their village also, when they will move from that side also, their village also. So they were they were not aware when the procession means when a large number of people, they are moving forward in a ceremony or in a march, right? So they were not sure when they are going to come. So the two boys, they came there with full preparations. They brought chapatis and a couple of bananas, because they were not aware that how long they have to wait. So they might be hungry, and then when they'll feel that they want to eat something, they can have it. So they brought chapatis, small cloth bundle of chapatis and a couple of bananas. Dhani turned to his friend and asked, how will we know when Bapu is coming? Will there be someone beating a drum, singing and dancing? Now what this boy is asking his friend, Dhani is asking his friend Gokul, that when they are going to come, how long they have to wait, and is there will there any some sort of music over there, like beating a drum or something like that, singing and dancing when he will arrive here? So Gokul grinned and shook his head. What do you think, this is a Notanki show? So now Gokul, he smiled broadly and he shook his head. Shook his head means he put the head up and down, right? So he said that, what do you think, is this a procession or it's a Notanki show? Means, is this a theatre show? Something is going to happen here, like what is there in theatres? That is not like, this is not like that. So it's not a Notanki show. The village had been talking of nothing else but the march for days. Now in their village, all the people, they were just talking for this march that is going to start from that Sabarmati to Dandi, and they have to reach that coastal area near Dandi, and there they are going to make salt. So all the people, they were just, for the last many days, they were just talking about this march, that when it is going to be conducted, when they will reach, how many days it will take to reach Dandi. So they were all just talking about this procession. From what can I understand, Gokul began, Bapu will go to the seaside and make salt. Now he is asking that, Gokul said that Bapu, he will move to the seashore and he'll make salt over there. Salt? Why salt? Dhani asked, astonished. Now this Dhani, his friend, he was very amazed, surprised. Astonished means surprised. He said that because he is not aware that why Bapu is going to make salt. What is the fun of making salt? So he said, why salt? Burning English good, wearing khadi, that made sense. Why walk for days and days and then instead of a big and exciting bonfire of foreign goods, make salt? Now he said that I can understand that people, they refuse to use foreign goods, and they started burning those foreign English goods, and they started wearing khadi which was made in India. This thing I can understand, it makes a sense. But what is the fun of walking for so many days and at last going there and making salt instead of this exciting bonfire of foreign goods? Means bonfire is when you, in a large open air fire, that is used for burning rubbish. So they made bonfire and they burnt foreign goods, that I can understand. But walking so long distance and then making salt, what does it mean? Do you know all Indians have to pay a salt tax to the British government? Gokul asked Dhani. Even the poorest peasant has to pay the tax. Bapu is protesting because he thinks it is a very unfair tax. By law, we are not allowed to make salt. Now he said that, he answered to his friend that, do you know that every single Indian has to pay a salt tax to the government? And even the poorest farmer, peasants, they are also paying the tax. And Bapu, he is against this law that everyone has to pay salt tax. So he is protesting against this. He is raising his voice against this because he considers it as unfair tax. It's not good for people to pay tax for such an essential commodity. So, but on the other hand, we are not allowed to make salt. Government is responsible for this. They make salt and then it is supplied to the people. We cannot just go to the seashore and start making salt. So by law, we are not allowed to make salt. We have to buy it from the government. So he'll defy the law and make salt himself. People all over the country will break the law at the same time by making salt. Now he said that we are not allowed to make salt. We can just buy it from the government. But here Bapu, he will defy the law. Means disobey. Defy means when you disobey. So he will disobey this British law and he will make salt himself and make realize British government that they are not going to pay salt tax. So people all over the country will join him. They will all break the law at the same time by making salt. By making salt here, they want to just warn British government that we are not going to obey this salt law. Wow, Dhani grinned. He's clever, isn't he? Our Bapu. Now he said that it's amazing. Wow, it's great. And he smiled that this man is very clever. He thought of a wonderful idea to defy British law. He thought of such a good idea of making salt and this will make British government understand that Indians will not they will not follow these laws. The two of them leaned back against the friendly trunk of the tree. The leaves and branches shivered and the soft breeze made Dhani sleepy. Any idea when they will be here? He yawned. Now they are waiting there for a long time and the two of them, they leaned back. They bent on the trunk of the tree because they are tired. They are resting on the trunk of the tree and the leaves and the branches, they are shivering, they are moving and they can feel the soft wind breeze over there. And with that soft breeze, Dhani, he is feeling sleepy and he was just yawning. He's opening his mouth and he was yawning and he was just asking his friend that, do you have any idea when they are going to come? Bapu said they plan to start early this morning. Usually it's only a few hours walk from the Sabarmati ashram. Now he said that their planning was to start early in the morning. They will start their walk. They will start in the morning and it's not very far from Sabarmati. This place is not very far. It's usually a few hours distance. So I hope that they'll be here. Then he should be here at any time now, Dhani said excitedly. Now Dhani was very excited. He wanted to see Bapu and the procession. So he said that if they started their journey early in the morning, now it's the time to reach this village. Now at any time they can reach here, and he was very excited.